15 Most Valuable Pokémon Cards in Celebration. The interest in Pokémon and the Pokémon card game has only proceeded to accumulate in these current times, with considerable card deals and exchanges at auction forming fresh records in early 2019 and 2020. Now is the time to burglarize your collection of cards and see if you own any of the rarest and most valuable Pokémon cards of all time. Celebrations are the Pokémon TCG's big 25th anniversary set. Circulated across several derivatives, it accentuates a combination of recent cards, reprints from across the series, and even to the newer Pokémon cards. It's an exhilarating set loaded with stuff for you, the collectors and fans as well, but what are the predominantly profitable cards you could haul? Here are 15 most valuable Pokémon cards in celebration. Table of Contents. Price, $42,524. Grade, PSA 9. Card number, number 4. Charizard is one of the most prominent Pokémon cards recognized in Japan as Lizardon. It is a Pokémon in Nintendo and Game Freak's Pokémon was made by Atsuko Nishida. You should know that, by far the most profitable card in the whole of Celebrations is based on the game's highest valuable card. The most valuable card in the game is the most valuable trading card. This base set Charizard has brought hundreds of thousands at auction and the sales market, and nearly single-handedly moved last year's spurt in demand for the Game Freak's Pokémon. This card was sold at $42,544. $99 on eBay. It was professionally graded by the grader PSA. It is one of the most valuable cards in Celebration. Price, $548. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 268. This is another beautiful Pokémon card in Celebration on our list today. Mew, Japanese, is a Psychic-type mythical Pokémon introduced in Generation I. Mew doesn't envelope into or form any other Pokémon. As ascertained by its nature in the first and eighth Pokémon films, it exhibits evidence of intelligence, inquisitiveness, shyness, impishness, and even selflessness. Mew is extremely flexible, they can drift freely in the air or underwater. It can develop a green, yellow, or pink circle of power and energy around itself for security, especially in the pink orb. This Pokémon card is so worthy to be in any collector's collection. This card was sold on March 28, 2022 on eBay for $548. Price, $5,439. Grade, PSA 9. Card number, number 17. The Umbreon. After the Charizard, this must be the most sought-after card in the Pokémon game world. Umbreon cards are very popular, and they are vastly becoming prominent amongst investors. Umbreon, Japanese, Blackie, is a Dark-type Pokémon initiated in Generation 2. It progresses from EV when leveled up with a great relationship at night, during the primary procession games, or when leveled up with a high friendship with a moon shard in the bag, in Pokémon XD, Gale of Darkness. Star Pokémon were constantly the most extraordinary of the rare in the batches they were in, beginning with their debut in Team Rocket Returns. Just like shining Pokémon, these reflected the shiny aspects of Pokémon. Nonetheless, these had the added pizzazz of retaining their art by breaking free of the box and entering the card perimeter. This card was sold on eBay on the 27th of March, 2022, it was sold for $5,439. 13 on eBay. Price, $1,550. Grade, PSA 8. Card number, number 129. This is the first card on our list from the Celebration's very special set of the secondary, classic, span. Shining Magikarp was re-elected from the Shining Magikarp from the 2001's Neo Revelation. These cards were shown in their much rarer forms with a variety of colors as the very first shiny Pokémon in the game Pokémon TCG. They were amongst the very first Pokémon that were featured in the game, along with Gyarados being used to start and launch the game project. Occasionally a shiny Magikarp can appear just like a typical Magikarp. Pokémon. Because of the event, the rarity of this perfect shiny Magikarp can be evaluated. As a collector, this card is a great selection for you. It's one of the rarest cards in Celebration and it is very popular in the game Pokémon TCG. Price, $699. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 98. Rumor has it that Rayquaza X cards from the Pokémon game are the coolest, and if you must agree with that. These cards were additions as an extension to the X mechanic in X and Y because they wanted to reflect the Mega Evolution theme. Swampert, Lucario characters were showcased as well as the obvious Rayquaza. The cool thing about X Pokémon is that they have an edge over the M Pokémon, in the sense that the M Pokémon need to evolve into the existing X Pokémon. Especially a Rayquaza X. X Pokémons are very beautiful, and they have great mechanics. Such a great card to own as a collector. This card was sold on eBay for $699. Price, $484. Grade, PSA 9. Card number, number 101. X cards are among the first cards printed in black and white. Next Destinies. This X card is one of the first Pokémon cards ever made and released. This card holds some history, and it's so thrilling to showcase these sets as a collector. Celebration cards don't have the alternative full art Mutuo X. The feature is not available, you know, the foil promoting process feature that comes newly when you get these cards. It makes them distinctive and rare from the ones that were earlier released. However, the cards are still valuable and popular in the Pokémon game TCG. Price, $799. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 6. Another X descendant on our list today. This X Delta species of Gardevoir was introduced long before the X Ruby and Sapphire. This Pokémon is the first of the third generation in the Pokémon TCG extension. These Pokémon have extra properties and mechanics. Gardevoir X Delta species attack with flame balls, and they move with fire every in the game. Delta species Pokémon can appear in different forms that it can't already in. It is a great card. They provide an understanding into two overlapping durations in the TCG's history. They are really loved by fans and collectors. Price, $60. Grade, PSA 9. Card number, number 60. This Tapu Lele GX Pokémon heals all damage from 2 of your benched Pokémon. You can't use more than 1 GX attack in a game. Sun and Moon, Guardians Rising was the 73rd expansion of the Pokémon TCG. Tapu Lele GX is a very good Pokémon, enabling you to search out any supporter card from your deck. This could mean a first-turn Bridget to get set up, or a Guzma to win the game. When you play with this Pokémon, your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then, shuffle your deck. This card is a great one. Price, $199. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 97. During the celebrations, X cards were released, and these Xerneas EX Pokémon didn't really fascinate fans or collectors initially. People seemed to not be interested in them. Pokémon X, despite existing as one of the biggest Pokémon variants in the whole TCG game history and traversing nearly the whole 5th and 6th productions. It is believed that it was through newfound recollections and nostalgia that these cards were beginning to be loved, or a realization simply just set in that these cards are incredible, or just other cards being tagged and sold at a very high price that X cards now dominates the list of Pokémon TCG in celebration. Price, $4,238. Grade, PSA 9. Card number, number 2. It is believed that base cards are vastly becoming high in demand. As soon as the celebration declared openly that they would start the production and feature of a reprint of the base set card, it was then everyone grew expectant of the cards, and that made them more in demand. They are one of the most valuable cards to pull from the Pokémon TCG. These cards are sold at a very high price in the market because they are base sets, even if it's not a reprint product. However, Blastoise is an exception. It isn't higher than some base sets in price and value. Price, $3. 899. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 15. A very rare Pokémon card made ever more valuable with its amazing features. Several of the rarest Pokémon cards start from the trading card game's first days, with the first version cards circulated in the 1990s rating as part of the most expensive Pokémon cards today. This is proof that cards made during the early days are always going to rise in value, particularly because of the characters and Pokémon they have. Venusaur is adept at Mega Evolution, which enables it to change into Mega Venusaur, is a grass/poison type Pokémon variety in Nintendo and Game Freak's Pokémon French. Price, $3,215. Grade, ungraded. What makes the 20th anniversary Pikachu card more special and rarer, is the validity that it's made from solid gold. 11 grams of 24-karat gold, how amazing is that? The Japanese jewelry designer, Ginza Tanaka, created a limited edition of Pikachu, a very limited number of solid gold Pokémon cards based on the actual Japanese Pikachu card. It was known as Fat Pikachu because of the electric mouse's extraordinary chubby cheeks in its actual design. The Pikachu cards are worth a fortune and are one of the most expensive cards after Charizard. Price, $12,894. Grade, BGS 9. Card number, number 9. This card is mostly sought after by fans and collectors, when these cards were released during the celebration. The Lugia card was mostly loved by fans because of its story and memories from the game Pokémon TCG. The release of Pokémon Gold and Silver, the Pokémon hype train was at its climax. This card was professionally graded by the professional grader BGS 9. 5. It was sold on eBay for $12,894. 16. Price, $5,000. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 22. This Reshiram card has an extraordinary masterpiece style. It's also one of the most common cards in the Pokémon game Pokémon TCG. It is predicted to pull it a lot in the investment market. It was recently sold on eBay for $5,000. 00. Price, $385. Grade, PSA 10. Card number, number 66. This Pokémon card is the final stage evolution from Pokémon Moon, and it is the next and a more promising card than the two before it. It was some for $385. 00 on eBay. Nearly every single card in Celebrations is fascinating, and this set is going to be the greatest thing that any fan or collector would want to own. There are a bunch of popular Pokémon for collectors in these sets, but there are also relatively limited cards that require a considerable interest in how the TCG was played at several points in time. However, it is an incredible time to be a Pokémon fan. Comment. Save my name, email, and website in this browser for the next time I comment.